a shocking and bone-chilling statement from Argentina coach Lionel Scaloni has completely stunned the Mexican national team. This comes right after Argentina advanced to the World Cup semifinals following their dominant victory over Switzerland by 3-1, dropping bombshell revelations that sparked outrage among millions of people across the globe. But first, are you a true fan of the Mexican national team? Hit that like button right now. Do not forget to subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, and proudly write Viva Mexico in the comments. Tell us too, do you think the Mexican squad deserved to stay in the tournament and reach the final rounds? Or were referee errors just a normal part of football? Stay with us until the end, because what happens next in this video sparked a massive controversy, especially when Scaloni spoke about the sheer power of Mexico, how the world's powerhouse teams feared facing them, and the real reasons why their exit brought massive relief to several rivals. Right after the intense clash ended between Argentina and Switzerland, where the Argentine squad managed to secure their ticket to the semifinals with a 3-1 victory, Coach Lionel Scaloni entered the press room surrounded by an atmosphere of pure joy and celebration. Argentine journalists expected him to talk about the triumph, the qualification, and how his star players performed on the pitch, but a sudden question dragged the press conference in a completely different direction. Scaloni started by saying, first of all, I congratulate the Argentine people and all the fans who supported us from the very beginning. The win against Switzerland was not as easy as the score suggests. We faced a highly organized team with outstanding players, and we only won thanks to focus and collective spirit, the coach added. Reaching the semifinals is a huge achievement, but it does not mean we have reached our final goal. We must stay calm. The next matches will be harder, and any mistake can destroy the dream of an entire nation. As Scaloni continued his statement, an Argentine reporter stood up and asked a direct question that shocked everyone there. Which team did he think could have eliminated Argentina from the tournament if you had faced them in the knockout stages? The coach went silent for a few seconds, then smiled before answering that there are many strong teams, but honestly, the one team I really wanted to avoid was Mexico, period. My answer might surprise some people, but anyone who truly studies football knows that Mexico was one of the strongest and most dangerous teams in this tournament. Scaloni went on. Mexico does not just rely on individual talent. They also possess an unstoppable fighting spirit. Mexican players run for the entire match, constantly pressing whoever has the ball and fighting for every single inch of the pitch. When you play them, you feel like you are not just playing 11 men, but an entire nation pushing them forward, the Argentine manager added. We watched Mexico's games very closely because we knew our paths could cross at some point in the tournament. We saw how they attacked, transitioning instantly from defense to offense, and how they refused to yield even when trailing. They play like true fierce warriors, leaving the opponent with absolutely no time to catch their breath. Then, Scaloni dropped a line that stunned everyone present. I will be honest, Mexico's elimination brought massive relief to several of the world's giant teams, and not just Argentina. Mexico was a tactical nightmare, complete chaos. Face them. They might not have been favorites on paper, but on the pitch, they could disrupt any prediction and knock out any giant, regardless of their history or the superstars they had. One reporter tried to interrupt the coach, asking if that meant they were actually afraid of the Mexican team. Scaloni shot back. In football, I do not use the word fear, but there is massive respect for certain rivals, and Mexico deserves the ultimate respect. Any coach who does not respect Mexico makes a critical mistake before the match even begins. They have speed, physical power, organization, and a fan base that puts immense pressure on the opponent. And when a Mexican player feels their entire nation standing behind them, They become a tireless fighter, he continued. The problem with facing Mexico is that you can never, ever assume you have the game under control. Even if you keep possession of the ball for a long time, you might think you are dominating. And then suddenly, a single counterattack completely changes the course of the match. They know exactly how to punish their rivals in the most difficult moments. But the most delicate question came from another reporter who asked Scaloni if there are Mexican fans who believe their national team was knocked out due to controversial refereeing. Do you think Mexico was the victim of a conspiracy? The coach laughed for a moment, but then his expression turned serious, and he spoke within this fictional story. I cannot confirm there was a conspiracy because that is a very serious accusation requiring clear evidence. However, I can say that some refereeing decisions definitely deserve to be reviewed when you are playing a tournament as massive as the World Cup. Fairness must be clear. The fans do not want handouts. They just want to feel like their team got a fair and complete shot. He added that the Mexican team played a great match, and their fans have every right to be angry when they see calls that could alter the outcome. VR was created to reduce mistakes, not to increase controversy and confusion. Then Scaloni continued with his striking statements. I am a coach, and I know exactly how a single call can completely destroy years of hard work. The players train and sacrifice everything, and the fans travel thousands of kilometers. But then one single play makes everyone feel like victims of an injustice. That is why FIFA must be far more transparent and explain controversial decisions instead of leaving the fans lost in doubt. When the reporter asked him if he believes FIFA prefers certain teams to advance because they attract bigger investments and bring in more money, the coach replied, within this dramatic narrative, football has become a massive industry. There are sponsors, advertising, broadcast rights, and massive investments. It is undeniable that the presence of giant teams and global superstars boosts ratings, but that should never happen at the expense of fairness. A tournament loses all its value when people feel the results are decided off the pitch, Scaloni added. If a powerhouse like Argentina or France is eliminated early, it is normal for ratings and commercial interests to take a hit. However, the responsibility of those running this sport is to protect the competition, not the profits. I am not saying there were instructions to eliminate Mexico, since I have no proof. But I fully understand the anger of the Mexican people and their feeling that their team did not get the respect they deserved. He continued, Mexico is a footballing giant, and their fans are among the world's most passionate. You cannot treat their national team like they are just some squad that participates and then goes home. The Mexican players have proven they can compete against the strongest squads, and I believe their future is incredibly bright if they keep working and hold on to that signature fighting spirit. The Argentine coach did not stop there, sending a direct message to the players of the Mexican national team: keep your heads held high, because leaving the tournament does not erase everything you achieved. Sometimes we are too hard on ourselves when the result is not what we wanted. But the entire world saw your courage. You forced your rivals to respect you and made the global powers watch you with caution. The tournament might be over for you, but the elite reputation you built will remain. He added, I tell the Mexican players that football always offers a fresh chance. Do not let anger destroy you. Turn it into fuel. Come back stronger, and remember that millions of Mexicans were incredibly proud of you despite the pain. You might not have lifted the trophy this time, but you carried your nation's name with honor and fought until the very last second. Scaloni also sent a message to the Mexican fans: you are one of the best fan bases in the world. Your voice, your colors, and your passion give this tournament a completely different energy. I know you are sad and maybe angry, but never stop supporting your team. True powerhouse teams are not built in a single tournament. It takes patience, consistency, and trust. He then added personally, I respect Mexico deeply. I know their football history, and I expect to see them in future tournaments fighting for the title. It would not surprise me to see Mexico reach the semifinals or even the final in the future because they have the talent, the fans, and the required mentality. All they need is to maintain stability and learn from mistakes. Closing out the press conference, Scaloni said, we are happy Argentina qualified, but we do not mock any team's elimination, especially a team with the massive stature of Mexico. In football, sometimes you win and sometimes you lose. Today we celebrate, but tomorrow we might feel that very same pain. That is why we must respect every opponent and always demand fair competition on the pitch. With that, the coach stormed out of the room, leaving behind pure shock and controversy after his explosive words went viral, becoming the main talking point for both the media and the fans. Some supporters saw his words as historic proof of the unstoppable power of the Mexican national team. Others disagreed, arguing that discussing money and refs opened a delicate topic. We need total transparency. What is your take? Do you think the Mexican squad could have actually knocked out Argentina if they had faced each other? Was Mexico cheated by bad referee calls that ruined our home World Cup run, or were those mistakes just part of the game, with absolutely no conspiracy involved? Let us know what you think in the comments. Keep it respectful. And do not forget to drop our ultimate battle cry in the comments. Viva Mexico! Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell for all the latest updates on our Mexican powerhouse, including every major statement and the most dramatic events shaking the football world. Viva Mexico and viva our great unstoppable people. May our incredible fan base always remain one of the strongest and most loyal in world football.